A very good afternoon. As you can see, I'm still working in the garden, gardens, and continuing to work. So I've been pruning the laurel over there. I've been pruning all the forsythia and all the various plants along here, and the dogwoods. I've taken a lot of the dogwoods over to the barn and started to chip them up in the shredder. And I've also moved a lot of the cuttings as well up onto the bank right up there on the western side in the corner. It's a beautiful day, very mixed because there's rain, quite heavy showers, then sunshine, then cloud, and you can see over there there's blue sky, there's cloud, there's dark cloud up here, there's sunshine up there. This is the west of Ireland and you're welcome. This is how we roll in the west of Ireland. You get all the seasons in one day, several times over. So, I've got something to show you because I've been working away in all various parts of the gardens. Look. It's a wee bit more visible today. Is this beautiful peach blossom. So I've been working away in various parts of the garden and I keep discovering little things. But what I'm going to show you is actually quite a big thing that I've discovered because it completely encapsulates Mother Earth and how I have come to know her and understand her. She's a powerful force to be reckoned with. A powerful force. She's not at all benign. She's powerful, she's proactive, and she never stops. And we are foolish enough, well, some people, not me, but I say we just generally, we are foolish enough to think that this is nothing, that we control this. We control nothing. So I'm going to show you. Okay, this little area, look, which is sort of behind the tunnel. It's a small little area. It's, let me see, from here to the hedge, which is my boundary line. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 metres, 7 metres, something like that. And I situated my very first compost heap here simply because it was kind of out of the way. So this is a little bit of an out of the way place. And from the compost heap lots of things have moved out and kind of owned this little piece of land. It's an intriguing little piece of land because it encompasses the fertile edge. And that's where a lot of magic happens. Well, what we call magic. You know what I'm talking about. And pointing the camera, my finger here, at this beautiful Heebies. Can you see this beautiful green Heebies? It's evergreen. Well, I'd forgotten all about that plant because I threw it in there, in the pot, when it had died. It had died. And to my quite experienced eye, the plant was dead. It was years ago. It was around the same time as I had the toilet taken out. See, there's the toilet and cistern sitting there, waiting for something to be done with it. Well, I don't know. There's lots of little bits and pieces in here that nature's taken over. It's not a very attractive part of the garden, but it's a very interesting part. Because where you have compost heaps on a wild edge, you have lots of magic happening. So before I show you the Heebies, I'm just going to show you what this area was used for initially in the early days, when the tunnel was first put up, almost 15 years ago. I dug out lazy beds. Can you see them? These are lazy beds. I had some help doing this, by the way. Didn't do it all on my own, because I was sort of building up my fitness levels. But the lazy beds were where I grew potatoes. And once the tunnel was up and I started sowing seeds and stuff like that, I kind of started moving around onto the land, strimming rushes, huge amount of work. But I never really came back to this area other than to harvest the potatoes. And then a few years ago I stuck in bits of willow and little bits of laurel and, so on and so forth. But this pot with the beautiful Heebies in, the dead Heebies that was, this is the pot. This is it. I literally threw it in here, thinking, oh, disappointed, I'll deal with that later. You know, the kind of thing, in an area like this, you don't really get back in to deal with it. The Heebies spilled out of the pot, as you can see. It was on its side, and it started to root. Just get up nice and close here. It started to root, and it rooted, and it rooted, and it came all the way out, and it kept rooting, and then it started growing. And it grew, 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 and it grew. And it's massive. That is the power of Mother Earth. You see? And the story that I take from that is very simple. We may think, with all our experience and wisdom, that something's broken, that it's done for, that there is no hope, that there is nothing to cling on to, that it's over. How arrogant we are. Now, when I spotted that yesterday, because I actually made a video of it, yesterday, and I was going to put it up, then I didn't get round to putting the video up, and so I thought, well, I'll leave it till tomorrow and make another video. But that's such an important plant now in this garden, that Heebies, because it's like a metaphor for what's happening now on the earth, on Mother Earth. We have so many people, all these people talking all over social media about what we've done to Mother Earth and how it's all over and all this and that, and it's actually very depressing listening to it. But we know so little. We know so little, and we observe less than that. Our powers of observation are almost shut down. So we're failing to observe and analyse and think on and make sense out of what is happening. I've been on this earth for 63 years, coming up to 64. I couldn't tell you what's in front of us, or what's in front of my children or my grandchildren. But I know this incredible entity called Earth, our mother, is super intelligent, more intelligent than us. and she deals with everything. Remember the moss on the tyre that I showed you? She deals with everything, and the more help we can give her, the better. And that's all we have to do. All we have to do is commit 100% to helping her in whichever way we can, when we can. And base every decision upon whether or not what I do, what I buy, what I work at is helping her. That's all we have to do. And don't sit round talking her down or talking any of her species down. And we are one of her species. You know? Do we forget that? Do we forget that we are one of her species? Yes, probably most people do. Probably most people think they're totally different from her, you know. Now I've just noticed something else in this wall that's pushing forward. There's a little peephole down there, look. I'm going to go round to the front of the cottage. And you know, I think I'll make a pot of coffee and come back out here and sit in the tunnel and just be mindful for a wee while. I've got to go to the post office. Thank you so much, all of you who have supported Bealtaine Cottage by visiting the page on the website and ordering books or maps. And I think there's even an order up there for a calendar, which is fantastic. So, well, it's only the middle of February. There's a long way to go in the year. I was up very early this morning. You know, coming into spring, I just can't wait to get out of bed in the morning. And, the wind is blowing my daffodils down a bit there. Do you know, I think one of the problems with the daffodils that fall over is that maybe I planted them too shallow. That maybe I would need to dig the bulbs up and plant them deeper. Think on that one. So all the little birds around the feeders. I must top up the feeders now. Do you know, they seem to be getting hungrier now, and I think it's because it's coming into the breeding season for them, and they're using up more energy. You know, it's a bit like ourselves, I suppose. That craziness of youth, you know, where you're going out and you're trying to catch a partner, and it's all energy all the time. They're fun to watch. Blessed little creatures. Now, I'm definitely going to make my way down to Ardcarn Garden Centre. I've been saying this for the past 2 weeks, and I haven't been down there at all. But I want to get some more cardboard, and look at this, where I've been pulling stuff out. See, I've tidied up this a little bit and heaped it up into one little pile there. So, look at the garlic coming up over there. Now, because I've sown so many seeds in tubs and boxes, there will at some point be a mass planting out in this bed, and it'll happen over the course of maybe one day. So when one day the bed will be transformed, Listen to them. They're all so busy. Look at them all busy, and they're calling to each other and flittering here and there. They're funny. They're probably saying to each other, look, there's that one there. She's supposed to fill up our feeders. Yes, okay, I'm going to come and fill them up for you. Now, there's a lot of sound, you know, from these evergreen trees, because of course they're very sheltered. Look at them in the hedgerows. They're not flying, they're flirting. This is what birds do. They start flirting with each other, you know. There's a massive lot of shenanigans going on here. Come on, Jack. Now this little pot that I planted up with the cuttings of Sanaa Keo is coming on really nice. And the little basket. Though look at what the rain's done. Look, it's washed off some of the preservative. Could give it another little coat along there, maybe at some point. But this is looking beautiful now, very healthy. Now I have a thought maybe to put this over in the tunnel, you know, but I do quite like it here. Might just leave it, though it is a wee bit more exposed there, you know. Now the quince has got the second lot of buds coming on it. That's brilliant. Well done, little quince. My dragon's still in the tree. There be dragons. There's probably lots of dragons around, we just don't see them. I wonder how many other dimensions are living alongside us. There's a thought. Now, I'll go in and upload this and just say blessings to you all. And a reminder to yourself now to start cutting out these rose hips, because this is the time of year to cut them all out and let the buds for the roses start forming. Blessings.